Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Hope so you all will be fine. You all would be doing great. I am teacher Rabia Ahsan on behalf of Behria Foundation College Chakwal. The topic for today's discussion is seed germination and fruit from the chapter number 2 of your fact file 3. Before moving toward the topic, let's have a look what is seed. After fertilization, the ovule in the ovary develops into a seed. So according to the structure, there are three basic parts of the seed: the embryo, the food store, and the seed coat. As you can all see in the picture or in the diagram, there are three basic labelings. The green portion is labeled as embryo, the yellow, which is the most abundant portion, is labeled as the food store, and the outermost covering is the seed coat. We are going to learn one by one about them. The first of all is embryo. According to definition, the fertilized ovule that develops into a new plant altogether, or simply you can say the part of the seed which is responsible for the formation of a plant body, is called as the embryo. The second portion is food store. As the name indicates, it is a reservoir of a food for the developing embryo so that it can get its nourishment and energy for the growth and development. The third portion is the seed coat. It is the outermost covering of the seed that protects the developing embryo from the harsh of the external environment. Okay. Along with the seeds, there are some sort of fruit on every most of the plants. So according to definition, the ovary outside the ovule, the ovary, the portion of the carpel outside the ovule, develop into the fruit. On our daily basis, we are habitual of seeing a variety of fruit, as you can all see in the picture. So if the fruit is present on a plant, so there must be some basic needs of that fruit for a plant body. Okay, the first function is it covers the seeds, and the second, it helps to disperse seeds for germination. What is germination? To develop into a new plant. Okay, now the question arises, what is dispersal, or how the seeds are dispersed? So first of all, dispersal means to spread around. There are two basic ways by which the seeds are spread around or they are dispersed. The first one is by wind, and the second one is by animals. On the basis of these two ways, there are two different varieties of seeds as they are adapted for their way of dispersal. So first of all, by wind, the seeds that are dispersed by winds have light weight. They are very small in size. The third one is they have hairy or feathery structures. The fourth, they are usually without fruits. These all adaptations enable the seeds so they can be carried by the wind because of their very small size and very low weight to disperse around in their environment. As you can all see in the picture, these are the two different variety of seeds that are dispersed by wind. They have no fruit around them. They have very small structure. They have feathery structures, and they are very light in weight. Okay, so those seeds that are dispersed by animals are covered by fruit. On that fruit, those animals feed, and hence the seeds are exposed. Second, they are large in size and are comparatively heavy. They usually have hard shell, and some of them have spines or thorns or horny structures around them by which they can get attached with the animal body and can be dispersed into their environment. So these are the two basic different variety of seeds that can be dispersed with the help of animals. After dispersal of seed, the phase of germination starts. What is germination? Germination means development of a plant from a seed. Okay, or you can say it is the process of something coming into existence. If something is being formed, the process is called as germination. As we are here we are studying about the germination of seeds, so you can say the formation of a plant from a seed is called as germination. Before moving to the procedure of germination, there are some basic necessities or basic needs of germination, that is water, oxygen, and suitable temperature. If these three requirements are fulfilled, the plant will be, or the seed would be able to germinate and would develop into a healthy plant body. But if any of these three requirements are missing, the seed would eventually be damaged and the plant body would not be a healthy one, or either the seed would be unable to germinate. Okay, so now let's move toward the process of germination. So here is the process. When a seed is sown into the moist soil, it begins to grow. This process is called as germination. It occurs in the following step. The seed coat splits it ruptures. As you can see, the green portion arises, a tiny root grows downward and a shoot grows upward. Always remember one thing, the root is always formed first because it gets anchorage for a plant body and hence absorbs water and minerals from the soil and transfer it to the growing portion. This produces a seedling of a plant which ultimately grows into a new plant. On this new plant, after some time, the plant bears flowers. The flowers produces fruit and the fruits have ultimately seeds in them. So all of those seeds that are present within the fruit or within the flower, they are able to germinate by their own once they are dispersed by any means, either by wind or by animals. Okay, once they are dispersed in their surrounding environment by natural or man-made processes, these seeds are sown into the ground again, and that is